Brought to you by Easy Go here in beautiful San Clemente, California. This is Daniel Roditi, joined by Scott Crandall in the booth, bringing you the action for this mixed doubles day. As we explained yesterday, if you did not tune in, this is a different format. We are doing pool play. So these matches, these players will play 3 matches. And we are just beginning the action here with Tyson McGuffin and Leah Jansen taking on Thomas Wilson and Catherine Parenteau.
Getting our money's worth in this first point.
I know. Went long enough to give me a full intro here. Scotty, great to have you in the booth.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
We apologize for the delay. We had a little bit of rain last night, so we had to make sure that these courts were fully dry and safe for the players. So thank you for being patient and for joining us.
Yeah, this back of the court on Thomas and Catherine's side, back in the shadow, was a little slippery.
Yep.
0-1-2.
One of the things to keep an eye on is on this same side that Scott just described, with Wilson and Parenteau looking onto the other side. Some of the players yesterday had some challenges seeing the ball with the glare coming off that backdrop, off those white letters and the tents. I don't know if that will play a part today, but we'll see.
Yeah, if you look at the shadows of Tyson and Leah, they're straight back. So Tyson and Leah are looking straight into the sun, but that also means those white tents are reflecting right into Wilson and Parenteau's eyes. Nice put away there from Tyson. He kind of faked the angle and went right down the middle.
Yep. Got Parenteau moving a little bit to her right, opening up the court.
That mishit return from Leah was so bad it was good. it was short and just didn't bounce up, and Thomas had to hit up on it and hit it too hard. So let's talk about these teams. Thomas and Catherine, I don't know that I've ever seen them play together, so this will be fun.
Yeah, it's interesting to see them pairing up. I wasn't sure if they've teamed up, but because of the rankings, right, you pick the top 8 men mixed doubles players and the top 8 women, and so then they have to kind of figure out their partnerships based on who qualified to come to the finals. So it's fun to see new pairings.
Definitely. I believe Tyson and Leah have played together in the past. They've known each other a long time.
Wilson looking for the Ernie.
So that's the second ball Catherine's squeezed through the middle because Tyson's kind of been over on his side and hasn't covered that middle, and Leah's leaving it for him.
Yeah, we've seen him come over pretty far on a couple balls, and then at other times kind of leaving the middle a little bit open, so I'm sure that's some adjustments he's going to make. Leah and Tyson used to train together quite a bit in the Northwest. So like you said, I think they're maybe more familiar with each other than Wilson and Parenteau are playing together.
Yeah, at Nationals a couple of weeks ago, Tyson was playing with Catherine, and what I found interesting, I don't know if you watched any of their matches, they did a lot of Catherine playing the left and Tyson playing the right, which was
interesting.
Yeah, it was made for some very interesting matches and points, and just something you don't see a lot, and they made it work very well.
Yeah. Sometimes when, as you know, but for the viewers, sometimes the reason they might do that is they like the matchup maybe the female partner in front of the other female. That maybe they like that matchup a little better. So sometimes you'll see mixed doubles teams make that switch. Or same for the guys. Maybe they want to be heads up with the other male player. There may be different reasons why they could switch, but it definitely is unusual in mixed doubles.
Meanwhile, Catherine goes down the middle again to win a point.
There it is again. I think Thomas is taking noticed that that's been open, and he took a shot down the middle.
Yeah, I enjoy watching Thomas play. He's super athletic, and that forehand is just a monster.
Yep.
It's like you really would like to get it to his backhand, but sometimes he's just too fast.
Yep. Yeah, good ball there from Tyson. A little too high from Parenteau. Tyson able to use the angle, putting it at Wilson's feet.
Not a ball you'd expect Tyson to miss.
Yeah.
Good readiness from Leia there.
Yeah, caught Parenteau a little bit on her heels.
I just like that she was set while Tyson was driving and just ready for whatever came at her. She didn't hit the best shot in the world, but it was enough to win the point.
Oh, well defended from Leia. I think she felt fortunate to be able to get that ball. It was a good speed up from, she's apologizing. But great job by her to get a paddle on that.
No reason to apologize. You put your paddle in the right place, you deserve that.
Yeah, exactly.
4-2-2.
So I like that. Like Tyson is trying to make Thomas hit backhands, and
Yep,
he's
he's making him run around it.
Either hit a backhand or you're going to have to do a lot of running.
Yep.
What a great point. That thing had everything. Those are the points that I really enjoy.
Yeah,
mixed doubles.
Those are fun.
All four players are touching it.
Annalie Waters, her women's doubles partner in the Championship Sunday final. And we had maybe a little bit of a surprise with Christian Alshon now in the finals taking on Ben Johns. He was able to overcome a big deficit against Staxrud late last night.
Was it 11-2, 7-0?
He was down 11-2, 7-0, and 9-6, and came back and then was down 8-0 in the third and was able to fight back. So congrats to Christian Alshon. But today is all about mixed doubles. Yeah, just a miss hit there from Jansen.
Yeah, it's interesting how well that timeout worked. Tyson and Leia scored 4 points in a row. Thomas and Catherine called timeout and get the side out, score a point, get the patterns back going their way.
Yep. Yeah, great ball from Wilson. Great angle, pulling Jansen way wide, and was possibly looking for an Ernie opportunity, but she tried to go back to the middle and missed it.
Yeah, Thomas can just do so much with that forehand.
Call stands.
Yeah, a little bit. The timing of the call was just a little awkward.
Yeah, yeah.
But I believe, like, once it landed, I did hear a call. Let's see if we can have a second look at that.
Yeah, and I think what happened is Leia said no, like don't hit it out of the air before it bounced, and then after it bounced, Tyson said yeah, meaning yeah, I was out.
What I like
so it was
about
kind of an awkward call.
Yeah, that replay, Leia was looking right at it, so
yeah,
she had a good look.
There's a massive forehand from Wilson. Very loose with his hand, his wrist. Part of the reason he can generate so much power with that forehand. Tyson having a hard time seeing that ball in the sun.
But stays high percentage and finishes it off.
Yep. 3-8-2. Ooh, just missing with that counter is McGuffin, sailing it a little bit long. Yeah, same for Jansen there. Was ready, but overhit it. Another missed dink volley there from Jansen. Frustrated with herself.
Yeah, I just fell off of it a little.
Yep. Yeah, good 1-2 there from McGuffin, taking that ball really early, trying to catch Parenteau as she was trying to move up. Great job by him.
His footwork was great because he had split step.
Yep.
And so he was able to react to her pop-up.
Right. Good defense from Jansen.
I think this is the first time in the match that Tyson and Leia have had to return with an odd score.
Yep.
That first point, I don't know if they weren't going to switch or it was because Thomas's serve was so good and wide that they just stayed.
Yep, called it off.
But as we referenced earlier, Tyson is perfectly comfortable playing the right side in mixed doubles.
Yep.
Which is a nice advantage. To be flexible.
Just out.
So Dan, where the shadow is on the court, I'm on every. Oh, here we go. We've got a timeout.
Okay.
9-6-2.
Yeah, good job. It's almost like a mini scorpion there from Jansen defending the Wilson attack.
Yeah, and
well done by her.
It has been like Jansen's readiness and hands that have kind of scored them so many points. When she's getting attacked and when she's ready,
right?
It's working.
There's the middle.
Yeah, that's a tough spot because it's coming from Catherine. So pickleball basics say, well, the cross court person should take it. That would be Leia's backhand.
Yep.
It's mixed doubles, and it's like, well, the guy's going to be super offensive, and
yeah, it looked like Tyson was waiting for the ball to come at him. Was kind of sitting back in. Was vulnerable in the middle.
From my eye, because she hasn't gone, well, Catherine does have a pretty sick misdirect down her line, so you kind of have to cover that, but she hasn't done it yet. I would not let that middle. If I was Tyson, I would overcover that middle until she goes down the line.
Exactly. Great get from Wilson. Oh, wow. Great scramble from Wilson and Parenteau defending what seemed like 6 or 7 overheads from McGuffin.
Yeah, Tyson just kept hitting strong, high percentage shots, but he took no risk and was susceptible to a great shot, which they made.
There's that down-the-line shot you were just talking about. Great job by Parenteau. It helps to keep McGuffin honest on that line, which may open up the middle once again.
And if that's the case, then Leia needs to be on that middle.
Right.
What I like, if you're going to be a secondary coverer of that middle, you can cover middle. You won't collide. Just cover behind him.
Yep.
Let Tyson have the reach forward, and then Leia can reach behind and cover that middle, and then you got a double covered.
Oh, now this time it was McGuffin and Jansen defending, and they take game 1. And Thomas Wilson, we are getting into game 2.
Great reach from Leia.
Great reach, reading the took that ball near the sideline and left it where he couldn't cover middle. Great read by Jansen. Oh, Jansen upset herself for letting that ball go. Sometimes you just have a little misread.
I mean, you have a split second, and honestly, it's like Thomas hits everything so hard.
Right.
From that low, it went up. It's like, I totally get why she did it, and he just didn't hit it pure.
That's why I hit everything.
That works, Dan.
No, it doesn't. That's why I'm in the booth.
Okay, Dan, I was saying earlier, this shadow that's on the Jansen McGuffin side, I am judging every serve and return based on where it lands compared to that shadow, and anything that lands in that shadow is a pretty good shot.
Yep. Ooh, miss it there from McGuffin, trying to take that forehand. As we said, we have a ton of great matches coming. Following this matchup, we will have Kovalova Wright taking on Irvin and Frazier. So at the conclusion of this match, don't go anywhere because there's a lot of great pickleball coming your way all throughout the day today.
Yeah, so that second match is from the second pool. So the other two teams in Jesse and Dylan's pool are Vivian David and Riley Newman, and Georgia and J.W. Johnson.
Nice. Oh, great ATP from Parenteau. And we have a timeout called by McGuffin. As we see that replay, we have a timeout for McGuffin, and then McGuffin and Jansen taking game one, 11-8. But Parenteau and Wilson have a 4-1 lead in this second game. Yeah, there's that Wilson forehand. Kind of a 1-2 punch there. Great setup on the first speed up, getting the pop-up from Jansen, able to put away the second one.
That's the key, is he had time. He had time to attack that first one, and then, you know, on the finish, he's just too good.
Yeah.
That really is the key to playing Thomas, is don't let him be athletic. You can't give him any time. He's just so fast.
Good ball there from Parenteau. Just an off-speed little roll. Catching Jansen, trying to cover line. McGuffin maybe not quite as far as he needed to be covering that middle.
Yeah, Jansen was sliding. She likes to slide to the sideline, and Catherine knows that.
Yep.
Advantage.
Yeah, and again, they're on that sort of reverse stack position. Now they're looking to switch. Good read from McGuffin there on the Parenteau speed up.
Very good read. He's played with her enough. I think he
he
knows her game and knows what to expect. And vice versa, she knows him.
Yeah.
Right, and she got
she was
full,
sitting on
full
she
counter
was
on
sitting
his
on
accuracy.
Yep. Now we're changing the way that they are. Oh yeah, just too good. And typically when you are in that reverse stack position, you're trying to get to your spot like we saw there, you typically want to return down the line, but like you said, the Wilson forehand is so big, he's just running around that backhand and ripped an inside out forehand. Same guy. Stays in.
Second time.
Yep.
Second time Thomas has had a pop-up that's been let go and landed inside the line.
Yeah, we had a little apology there from Wilson. Knew he was fortunate to come out on top of that. Wilson, one of the nicest guys on tour. Just a great guy all around. Great player, of course, as everybody can see. But just a great guy. Yeah, just unfortunate for Wilson on that backhand speed up, clips in net, slows the ball down, gives McGuffin an opportunity to attack. Still game point. And game two goes to Parenteau and Wilson. We are heading into game three between Thomas Wilson, Catherine Parenteau taking on Tyson McGuffin and Leah Jansen.
Just a little lead from Thomas. So this is, these two teams are in pool one. There are 4 teams in each pool. Let's just watch this point first.
Just wide.
Leah misses her serve just wide.
0-0-2.
There's the middle ball again.
Yeah, it's the middle ball, and it's giving when Thomas has time. He's just so dangerous. But I was going to mention the other two teams in this group are Annalie Waters and Ben Johns, the #1 seed, and then Anna Bright and James Ignatowicz. So they are currently playing on center court. And the Ignatowicz Bright won game 1, 11-8, and now they're up 8-6 in game 2. So that would be a huge upset, as Ben and Annalie have only lost, what, one time? Ever? So these are the 4 teams in this bracket.
Yep. So for the viewers, if you were not tuned in yesterday, the way it works is you play every team in your pool. So of course that's 3 matches for each team. Two teams will qualify from each pool into the semifinals, which will be played later on today. And then, of course, the winner of those goes on to Championship Sunday. Great put away there from Tyson. I don't know if the side has anything to do with the results so far, but we've seen the teams on this side with the shadow that we've mentioned a couple times come out on the wrong end. I don't know if it's the glare. Certainly both sides, as you mentioned, you got the sun right in your face on the side of Jansen and McGuffin, but on the other side there's a lot of glare coming off that backdrop and off of those white letters and tents, which can make it challenging to see the yellow ball. Ooh, we've seen a few misses there from Jansen on that little volley dink, a couple miss hits. Well done by Parenteau, defending the speed up, the cross-court speed up from Jansen. Of course, that's a little bit of the challenge that the risk you take when you attack diagonal cross-court. That's Baby Wilson there crying on the side. They had to wait just to let Mama take Baby Wilson away from the court. We have a timeout.
After having won game 1, but it's now 7-10, so nothing is over.
That's right. Parenteau and Wilson with a 4-0 lead here in game 3. And there's a little great 1-2. You mentioned Parenteau's down the line forehand. She used that right there. Of course, McGuffin trying to cover that ball allowed Wilson to slide to the middle and then be able to attack right down the center.
Yeah. For me, like, Thomas and Catherine have just been more effectively offensive in this match, especially Thomas. But Catherine has used her defense as offense. When she gets attacked,
exactly,
you get punished. So. But even, Thomas's unforced errors, they're still him being offensive.
Right.
And that's what you want.
Yep.
When you have that much offense, that's when it's your weapon, you want to use it.
Yeah, great drive from Jansen. That ball dipping so low as Wilson was trying to establish himself.
Leia's drive had a great downward trajectory.
For the viewers out there, your drives, they don't have to be hit super hard. What you want more than anything is shape on that ball so that it's dipping down. Like a lot of just out. A lot of players, I think that to have a good drive, you have to be able to have a lot of power, but that's not necessarily true. If you put shape on that ball and force your opponents to try to go down to get that ball, that could be a very effective drive. Jansen trying to do the same thing again here as they were switching, trying to catch Parenteau, but leaves it on the tape.
but they got a couple points. You know, 2-5 feels doable, whereas 5-0 that feels awful.
Yeah. Yeah, well played from McGuffin there.
Rather than going for the cute angle, he just went for depth, and that was enough.
He did. He set it all up by the great forehand roll behind Parenteau. Yeah, there's the 1-2 there. The drive from Parenteau with Wilson crashing in on the shake and bake.
Zora Imzignatovich took down Annalie Waters and Ben Johns 11-8, 11-8. I mean, one of the fun parts of this format is you get first match of the day is, you know, powerhouses like that.
Yep.
That is just not, you're used to getting a couple layups before you have to play the big teams, but this is right off the bat.
Yep. You're playing tough teams all throughout. Of course, because it's pool play, Annalie and Ben are not out. They have a couple other matches, and
Ben lost his first match yesterday. It turned out okay for him.
yeah, he's still in the finals, so I think he's fine. That does not mean that they couldn't lose to one of these teams, of course. These are all very, very qualified top players here. Missing wide with the serve is McGuffin trying to go for a little too much.
Yeah, but when you're down 2-6, you want to be aggressive, stay aggressive.
Yep. Trying to go back to Parenteau three times in a row, missing with that third one. Like you said, just trying to be aggressive, which is what you want. You don't want to get defensive, and in a sense, you have nothing to lose. You're already down, so you want to try to get the momentum back on your side.
Yeah, it just shows the quality of, you know, how good Catherine's defense is.
And we're seeing it right now. Both Wilson and Parenteau. Oh.
she got the benefit of the net cord, but she was awesome. She was all over that.
Yeah, she was. And we got a little smile from Wilson.
7-2-2.
Yeah, good 1-2 there off of the Wilson drive. Parenteau crashing in. Had a good inside-out backhand back at Jansen, who was a little early on her counter and pulls it wide. Just out. Good job by Jansen going behind Wilson.
Yeah, it was kind of a cute little deep dink to force him to run.
That's not coming back.
Yeah, that's the difference between Tyson and Thomas. Like, Tyson's got to hit three of those to end the point, and Thomas does it once.
Yeah, he's got a powerful forehand, and the paddle he uses is like a 6mm. I mean, it's like a cannon. Of course, playing with his signature carbon paddle. Good recovery there from McGuffin. Retrieving that lob. A little miscommunication, but he was able to track it down. And
Leia pump faked him,
yeah,
but he was still on it.
Yeah.
Tyson is always on his toes, ready to go. That was good defense from Leia. Like, she knew that attack was coming. It was low to her backhand, and she just didn't do too much with it. Enough to win the point. That was well done.
Oh, missing wide as Jansen had a lot of options on that forehand attack.
Yeah, Tyson did a great job of the counter of Catherine's attack, and Leia was a great spot to finish that. But Tyson and Leia do need to score here.
Right here by Terminal. It has traditional and tennis-flavored trail mix. It's the perfect snack on a beautiful day like today. Check out Halloween Crunch over here by Terminal.
Ooh. This time it's Wilson missing wide as he looks for the Orney. We see here the replay. Jumps it well, but just tries to go too far on that sideline. Maybe just putting it at Jansen's feet would have been a better option there.
Yeah, so Tyson missed a serve, 5 minutes ago being aggressive. Well, he just got the return miss by staying aggressive here when he's down. He serves big when he's down, which I think that's what he should do.
Yeah, playing a little singles there is McGuffin coming over and taking that ball. We have a timeout called from Parenteau and Wilson as they still have a 8-3 lead, but we will be back just after this short break. Welcome back, everyone. We are in Game 3 in this mixed doubles match between Catherine Parenteau and Thomas Wilson taking on Tyson McGuffin and Leia Jansen. Jansen and excuse me, go ahead, Scotty.
Tyson just kind of went on a 3-point aggressive run. And when you lose 3 points in a row, you usually call timeout. So a good timeout from Wilson. But let's see if Tyson can keep this momentum and this aggression working. There he goes.
We're 6-8 now, narrowing that gap. They were down 8-2. Trying to claw their way back into this Game 3. Yeah, this time Wilson does not try to go for that sideline on that overhead.
But
puts it instead,
right. A nice run. They're back in this match if they can hold them here.
2-point deficit, very doable. It's, again, a middle ball that has really cost McGuffin and Jansen.
You just cannot give Thomas any time.
Yeah.
9-6-1.
Yeah, great counter from Jansen inside out with her backhand off of the Wilson attack. Well defended. Saw the replay there. Still 9-6.
Yeah, big stop here.
Ooh.
They get it.
Parenteau trying to catch.
Dylan Frazier and Jesse Irvin.
Yeah, they're ready.
Anxiously awaiting. They're up next versus Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova.
Yeah, we'll have another great match here on Grandstand 1. So after this match, don't go anywhere because we have lots of great matches.
We're getting to the business end of this one, though.
Yep.
Missed return, so Leia's serving 7-9-1.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yep. Of course, what got her in trouble was the first ball, leaving it too high for Parenteau to be able to attack.
Just too good from Thomas.
Yep.
I mean, as I look over here, like, where do you want to go? Catherine's hitting aggressive dinks, kind of making it difficult on Leia. And then if you hit it to Thomas, you have the risk of seeing that forehand speed up. nice location from
great
Tyson.
spot.
You don't really want to speed up from that low below the net, but if you can catch someone in that upper chest, it's very hard to defend.
9-7-2. No.
McGuffin trying to call Jansen off of that ball. I'm not sure if it was going long, though, because we've seen a lot of those just stay in.
Totally agree. I think that one was staying in, but they get the point anyway.
And we get a timeout call from McGuffin and Jansen. They are down match point. See where this return goes. Yep, Parenteau. Oh, and down the middle. And they clinch it with a down the middle ball.